a world already on the edge, President Donald Trump has just raised the stakes to a terrifying new level. His explosive warning to Iran, make a deal or we will bomb you, has now sent shockwaves through the global political landscape. But is this just tough talk, or is the US actually preparing for a military action? Well, for years, the nuclear deal with Iran was a flashpoint for tension. But when Trump pulled the US out of the 2015 agreement, he set the stage for the current showdown. Now, with Iran advancing its nuclear program and the US already ready to strike, the world is bracing for yet another what could be a catastrophic escalation. Now, Trump's bold message is clear. Iran must comply or face the wrath of US military power. And in response, Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei has now issued a chilling counter threat, vowing a strong reciprocal blow if the US acts on its aggression. So what's really at stake? Is the US ready to launch the strikes against Iran's nuclear sites? Or is Trump's rhetoric a calculated strategy to force Tehran to back to the negotiating table? Well, it's a complex history. The tensions between the US and Iran have been simmering from years. In 2015, Iran signed a nuclear deal with world powers, including the US, China, France, Germany, Russia, and the UK. Now, the deal, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, is limited Iran's nuclear program in exchange for lifting sanctions. Trump's withdrawal, but in 2018, President Trump withdrew the US from the deal, imposing new sanctions on Iran. Iran responded by advancing its nuclear program, which it claims is for peaceful purposes. But what is leading to the current tensions? Well, the latest tension began when Trump threatened to bomb Iran if it didn't agree to sign the new deal. Khamenei has now responded with a warning, and Iran has since armed its underground missile sites and taken down IAEA cameras monitoring its nuclear sites. What is at stake? Well, the US wants Iran to agree to a new deal that would limit its nuclear program and ballistic missile development. Iran wants the US to lift sanctions and provide economic benefits. The EU, China, and Russia are trying to broker a deal, but it's unclear if any agreement can be reached. Well, Trump's decision to abandon the JCPOA set off a chain of events that has now brought us to the brink of war. And now, with threats of bombing and military escalation from both the sides, the world is asking, will diplomacy win the day, or will we see a return to the bombed-out conflicts of the past? The clock is ticking, and every hour brings us closer to a potential crisis. Will Trump's high-stakes gamble pay off, or will it spark a chain of reaction no one can control? The answers are yet to come. Stay tuned with us to understand what's largely at stake for global peace.